sick this week.
Good morning. You're not sick this week. Welcome to Thursday, everybody. Okay, I'm gonna make an announcement at the end of this, but to start off today, I have a question. How many of you are on Instagram?
I am.
So, raise your hands. Somebody count. How many people?
I don't have it, but my mom posts it.
Okay, but you don't have have your own account, right?
No.
Okay. Anybody else?
Trading in on me.
Like 2?
Yeah.
2 out of 10 or 11? All right. So, a couple weeks ago, well, let's see. It's almost April. So, 2 months ago, I had a birthday. Do you guys know what my wife got me for my birthday?
Yeah, a car trip to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And you drove a Lamborghini at the fastest lap.
I drove a Lamborghini
On the NASCAR track.
on the track. It was awesome. It was like one of my childhood dreams to drive a Lamborghini on a racetrack. And I did it. And it was awesome. And I can't wait to do it again. So it got me thinking, I wanted to tell you guys a story about a young man who grew up. He didn't grow up. He grew up in Italy, okay? And when he was a young man, World War II was going on. And so he was part of the fight in World War II. And he actually became a prisoner of war during that. And anyway, after the war ended, he took a lot of what he learned while he was serving in that war and started a business, okay? And he was very mechanical. He worked a lot with engines and stuff like that. And he started a company making tractors, okay? So, because there was a lot of farming that started to happen in Italy after World War II. So, he started making tractors, and he got really good at it. And long story short, he became very wealthy making tractors. And so, as he got more and more money, he started collecting cars. So he bought Jaguars, and he bought a few Mercedes cars. He had some Maseratis, and he bought a Ferrari, okay? And he was driving his Ferrari, and it broke down on him. And so he was really mechanical, so he started to fix it himself, and found out that one of the parts in the Ferrari was the same part he used in his tractors. And he was super disappointed about that. He thought it was really supposed to be really special, and it wasn't. And so he actually drove out, because Ferraris are from Italy as well. So he drove out to where Ferraris were made, and he talked to the boss at Ferrari. And he said, "Hey, this part is a piece of crap, and you need to fix it." And you know what, the guy, his name is Enzo. He started Ferrari. Enzo Ferrari is his name. You know what he told him? He said, "You should stick to farmers and tractors and stay away from sports cars. You don't know what you're talking about." Okay? So that's what Ferrari told him. Okay? So do you know what he did? He didn't listen. And this guy's name was Ferruccio, okay? I didn't mention that before. But Ferruccio said, "Okay, Mr. Ferrari, I'm gonna start my own company." And he did. And do you know what company that was?
Ferrari.
No. Lamborghini. Ferruccio's last name is Lamborghini, okay? And so he started making sports cars that were in competition with Lamborghini. And one of the sports cars that he made is actually the first ever SuperCar, okay? and we'll get into that another time. But it was a really interesting story, and those two companies, even today, which is, let's see, they started that in the early, like in the 50s and 60s, so 60, 70 some odd years later, they're still fighting with each other. So I tell you that story for a couple of reasons. One, don't be a jerk. Don't start a war with people, but also just because I think it's really interesting that that's how things started. It would kind of be like when Lamborghini started making cars. It would kind of be like if John Deere tractors came out with like a really nice car. That'd be kind of weird, but that's what Lamborghini was in the beginning. So anyway, so I guess the moral of the story is don't be a jerk, and my moral of my story was I got to live out my childhood dream and drive a Lamborghini on a racetrack. So think about what you want to do and chase that. Okay, so here's our special announcement. I started thinking about this, and there's those of you that are in the van that get to hear Thursday Thoughts in person, and there's a lot of people that are outside the van who actually listen to this and watch it every week. So, and I realize that a lot of you aren't on Instagram for good reason. Instagram's full of a lot of crap, so that's okay. So we're gonna start posting. I'm gonna post out all of our old videos, because this is episode number 25, believe it or not. So it's our anniversary, 25th anniversary of doing this. Actually 27, but we didn't record the first two. And so we're gonna start posting these on YouTube now, okay? So you guys can go back and watch them if you want to. You'd have access to them. So our Thursday Thoughts with Brad is now going to be a YouTube channel that you can go back and watch our episodes. So there's your announcement and your Thursday Thought with Brad, just in time for the drop-off.